Indiana Department of Transportation, and I'm really glad to be here with you today. Welcome to Chesterton, Indiana, the site of our new pilot test of truck enforcement technology. So just wanted to just first off express our appreciation really for the cooperation and partnership that we have with the Indiana State Police and the Department of Revenue for their the work that they do in enforcement, and just appreciate that great coordination that we have with those agencies. Also appreciate the work that the Indiana Motor Trucking Association does with us in coordinating aspects of freight mobility across the state, and also the good partnership that we have in other areas of our business with Kapsch. So thanks for being here today, and for your work in this endeavor as well. So of course, freight is very important to the state of Indiana. All of it moves by truck at some point in the delivery process, and we are expecting large increases in truck traffic, and want to make sure that our infrastructure is ready for the incoming increase in freight. At INDOT, having our infrastructure ready includes assuring safety on the roads we build, operate, and maintain. So through the use of technology, we can have a profound effect on manufacturing efficiency and productivity, highway safety and preservation, and homeland security. Because of our position as the crossroads of America, it's certainly appropriate that Indiana is leading the way in helping develop a 21st century approach to weight compliance. Today we will preview a technology being pioneered in Indiana, which could be a game changer for highway safety and preservation across the nation. You'll hear more in depth about the technology as we move along, leaving that up to the experts to describe. But some of the basics include cameras and in-pavement weigh-in-motion. We can identify and weigh all trucks on Indiana highways. This camera technology is already present in systems like EasyPass, which is used on the Indiana Toll Road and others across the U.S. This technology works in near real time, and it's in effect 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. By accessing federal and state databases, we can develop a compliance profile for each truck for everything from weight to required credentials, taxes, and permits. Using that information, we can take action from officer targeting at the roadside to terminal audits to possibly, in the future, automated enforcement. The implications of this are remarkable when you think how it can multiply the impact of each commercial vehicle inspector and really maximize the way to use this technology. Today we screen trucks for compliance and dispatch an officer to issue a violation. Tomorrow, or moving forward, if this technology proves robust, Indiana state agencies hope it will be possible for us to improve and enforce directly from technology. If we know a truck is operating illegally, we have an obligation to do something about it. As vehicle weights increase, the impact on pavement and bridge condition increases exponentially. One 80,000-pound truck can cause as much pavement damage as 9,600 cars. One of INDOT's main goals with studying ways to enhance enforcement is to preserve and extend pavement life to ensure that the investment made by Hoosier taxpayers in the state's roads and bridges is protected. Thank you certainly for joining us this morning, and I'm very excited for you to hear more about this and learn how it works. I am proud now to introduce one of our partners in implementing this pilot, Jim Poe, Deputy Commissioner for the Indiana Department of Revenue.
Thank you, Commissioner. We're excited to be here today to kick off this pilot. We've been working on this for several months, and we're seeing it come to fruition here as the technology has been put in the roadway out here, and things are getting geared up. I represent the Department of Revenue Motor Carrier Services Tax Division, and our main thrust is to collect fuel taxes, registration fees, and issue oversized overwork permits that help improve the stop damage from the road. You get set up here. The revenue generated by what we collect is used to help maintain the roads and the highways in the state of Indiana. Carriers that operate without the proper permits or licenses damage the roads, and with this system here, we'll be able to capture this stuff 24/7, which makes it, even when our facilities are closed, we'll be able to use the technology to improve collections and help maintain the highways. The Kapsch pilot that we're talking about today can be used to automate the truck enforcement, again, without the officers being here. It's a way to leverage the technology to improve collections and help the enforcement on the roads. The technology can also be used to level the playing field so that all taxpayers are paying the same amount of taxes, which is a good thing for the state. Using the Kapsch roadside cameras and weigh in motion sensors embedded in the roadway, we can accurately identify and weigh trucks, check the status of their credentials, and offer the state police options for interventions and enforcement. With that being said, I'll cede the podium to Kim from State Police.
Thank you very much. I'm Kim Judge with the Indiana State Police Commercial Motor Vehicle Enforcement Division. We've been working collectively with the Department of Revenue and the Department of Transportation on the implementation of this program. Indiana is a leader in the truck enforcement. It's a leader in the nation, is a leader in the nation in the truck enforcement industry. But with the growing amount of the traffic that is increasingly operating on our highways, we as Commercial Motor Vehicle Enforcement Division are actually, we are challenged each and every day to do more and more. If we can find the technology that will help us do our job better every day, then that is the technology we need to look forward to and implement. It is our obligation to explore those possibilities and to see where it will take us. There were people that doubted that we could one day fly. And today we think of aviation as a necessity. Perhaps that is where we are today with the trucking enforcement. We're actually on the edge of a revolution. That is why we have joined with Purdue University College of Engineering to see just how far we can push this technology within the Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division. The Purdue assessment will be complete in the fall of 2016. The results are important to all stakeholders, especially in light of the increasing amount of freight. Whether or how we move forward will depend on Purdue's evaluation, the confidence of the local prosecutors, and of course the state and the legislative policy makers. Not to mention, we need the support of the trucking industry. This too is also very important. It is my pleasure to introduce Gary Langston, the president of the Indiana Motor Trucking Association.
You know, all of my friends who have a military background, I've heard them say on numerous occasions that the sound of a jet is the sound of freedom, and I guess that we could say the sound of trucks is the sound of commerce. So it's a great background, and I appreciate having it here. I really do appreciate being a part of this. This is, I see this as just a first step in a lot of other things that are going to form the framework of transportation and the movement of freight, not only in Indiana, but across the nation in the future. I think it's maybe somewhat coincidental. The National Safety Council, the Green Cross people, have designated June as National Safety Month. So I think it's interesting that we're introducing what I believe will turn out to be a very significant addition to the technology that will help us manage that. Safety is the #1 priority in the trucking industry. We spend, you may not know, but we spend more than $7 billion a year in the trucking industry on technology, on equipment, and on training. And it pays off. If you look at the safety numbers, you know, it's unfortunate I had to take an alternate route to get here today because of a problem with a truck, but overall the safety record of trucking has improved so significantly over the last decades that we're very proud of that. We absolutely support this pilot. My members tell me every day, and I believe this, we're in compliance, we do things right. We do our best to haul loads within the weight limits, and we are properly credentialed. I guess we'll find out at some point here going forward, but they also do not like the fact that there are a lot of people who don't, and neither should you, and neither do we. Those people, we have to have a level playing field, and the only way we can do that, you know, you can only expect what you inspect, I guess, and the work that these folks do here behind me and standing out here, we so appreciate. You know, some people say, I can't believe you're saying you wish there were more inspectors, and I wish the scales were open more, and all those other things that maybe you didn't hear several years ago, but we absolutely believe that, and we're looking forward to this technology to help. There just aren't enough of these folks to go around. There just aren't. There aren't enough to do the things that I just described, and technology is going to play an important role in filling in those voids where staffing is maybe running short. So that's why we're supporting this Kapsch technology, and we believe that it's going to make a huge difference. So we've talked a lot about this pilot. I hope that many of you have already had a chance to look inside, but now we're going to hear from Steve Sprofsky, the manager for commercial vehicle enforcement for Kapsch, who will walk us through the pilot's operation. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. So we're very excited to be a part of this pilot project. Kapsch TrafficCom is a global leader in intelligent transportation solutions and road safety enforcement solutions. We think of ourselves as evolving for providing end-to-end solutions that keep our customers one step ahead and being able to do their jobs efficiently and effectively. And this pilot program is one example of how we're doing that. We're providing technology and processes so that our enforcement staff can focus on what is important, which is safety and compliance of our roadways and making our roadways safer and improving the roadway life for the state. So let me give you just a very quick overview of how the system works, and then I'll invite you inside to see the system itself in action. So out on the mainline road here, we have a lot of technology. We have cameras that capture the license plate number and the USDOT number off the side of the truck. We have weigh motion sensors within the pavement that allow us to weigh the truck, and we also have laser technology that not only triggers the camera and presents all the timing for the system, but as well dimensions the truck. So we'll have the length, width, and the height of that vehicle. So all of that data is compressed into a single record. It goes back to our back office system where we do database queries for the federal and state level databases that then present a picture of all the credentials, the weight, and it provides that information to the officer against business rules that the state establishes to determine whether or not that truck is operating within the compliance of our Indiana state. Once that information is presented to the officer, then the officer can look at that record and determine whether or not they want to take some sort of intervention with that. That could happen in real time, as if a truck was driving through the weigh station today, or it can occur after the fact in some back office. We send a citation out to them. And if the officer does determine that we want to send the citation through the mail, then the commercial back office services will then take action and follow up and collect the fines and revenue for that particular citation. And then overall improve the compliance and the safety of our Indiana roadways. So with that, I know it's hot out here. I want to invite you inside to the scale house where you can look at the technology itself. You can ask questions of the speakers that we had out here today. And then I also invite you for some refreshments and information on the back table. Thank you very much.